Arnica, hard to draw. This is the battle of all colors and are city and illustrated all of the distress. The Buddha form us not differ. Emptiness, emptiness, differ from form. Fish is form is emptiness. Fish is emptiness. Form of Spain is through of feeling perceptions in all senses, consciousness, sharing illusion, all dharmas are within emptiness. The age here, for it is here, our hearts is there, or pure, to have increase, or decrease, therefore, emptiness. Oh, for no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no sound, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no understanding, no mind, no eyes, so forth. So no, unshipped, no thing, so forth until no also no extinction of no suffering, no origin, no suffering, no path, no condition, also no attainment. Then getting to taking the these depends on It is now ignorance, whatever ignorance of fears against it are from every purpose when you unhouse it in the in the free world of all who have given is and let us say Sanya Samanogori, therefore, know that is a great transcendent mantra. It is a great bright mantra. It is the most mantra. It is the supreme mantra. With which is able to heal all suffering and is through not all proclaim passion is a mantra. Proclaim a mantra which
Attention. Case 28, Gokoku's Three Shames. A monk asked Gokoku when a crane stands upon a withered pine, then what? Gokoku said, on the ground below, it's a shame. The monk then said, when dripping water freezes, what then? Gokoku replied, after sunrise, it's a shame. The monk then said, at the time of Aisho's persecution of Buddhism, where were the good gods to protect the Dharma? Gokoku said, for the two guardians of the triple gates, it's a shame. So I'm going to be doing a Dharma talk, a brief Dharma talk on the essence of this koan. So in this koan, there's a monk that is being he's pretty proud of what he considers to be his understanding of the Dharma or his enlightenment, his self-nature. So he's going to someone that is a master and trying to kind of show off a little bit. And the first thing that he says is he paints this really poetic image of a crane on a withered pine, which I think if you can imagine a crane on a withered pine, it feels very Zen, like one of those long scroll illustrations. And the response is that, it's what a shame that you're kind of dwelling on this very Zen-like image. So the monk is showing off, and every time that, he's presenting some understanding, he's being the response that he's receiving is what a shame. And then the second thing that he says is he's trying to paint this, beautiful image of water freezing, dripping water freezing, and trying to kind of use that to prove something, that he understands some deep meaning behind Zen or life. And Gokoku responds, after sunrise, it's a shame, implying that if you focus too much on this beautiful moment, just realize that eventually that moment is going to pass and it's going to be you might, be thinking to yourself, what a shame that I was stuck there. Um, while I was stuck there. So then there's a third part. Um, Aisho was a person that got rid of Buddhism in, I believe it was in the 800s, so over 1,000 years ago. And a lot of Buddhists were killed. And this monk is kind of implying that, when Buddhism was being persecuted, who was there to protect it? And, the response is for the two guardians that were guarding the triple gates, it's a shame. So thinking about this koan deeply, I think the teaching here is to not dwell anywhere and to realize that sometimes the things that we consider to be medicine can turn into poison. So if grasp too tightly to Zen imagery or to um, even Zen or Zazen or any kind of teaching, dwelling there for too long can, in fact, eventually, be a shame. So the idea here is to keep your feet loosely planted on a branch, kind of like if you ever see a bird on a branch and there's like, snow falls or something, the bird very briefly gets up and flies elsewhere. It's not dwelling on a branch just because it looks beautiful. It's acting appropriately and going where it needs to go. And also, I also believe that it's such a shame to think in terms of scarcity, like a scarcity mindset, poverty mindset, where you think that you need to hold on or to latch on to things because, you're going to lose them. So there's a great teaching in this koan as well about abundance and realizing that it's impossible to lose anything and to gain anything. So the third part of this koan where the monk is asking about who was there to protect the Dharma. I think that basically means that there's nothing to protect. You can't hurt truth. You can't steal truth. You can't violate truth. You can't stain it. And it was here before all of us were born, and it will be here after all of us pass. And it's just something that is timeless, boundless, and whether someone's breaking it or violating it or insulting it, it really doesn't matter because it's too powerful to destroy. Um, and I also feel like, when we practice mindfulness or Zen together, we're not really inventing anything new. Every time that we hear a Dharma talk and every time that we gain some new insights, it's really nothing new. It's to me, it's always kind of like we're just relearning and repeating the same thing over and over again, reminding us of that basic truth of simplicity. So rather than latch on or hold on to things, um, I believe that what's the most appropriate is to not wait or expect something special to happen. So don't go out looking for beautiful imagery. Don't get too caught up in the poetics of Zen. And don't worry about your practice ever going away. A long time ago, I was having a conversation with Roshi Roberts, and I was mentioning to him that there was there are some periods like sometimes life gets busy and my meditation practice takes a back seat. And something that he said was what's important to you, you will always come back to. And I think that really was a great teaching of not holding on to, not obsessing or not becoming addicted to things that sometimes we consider to be good for us. So learning when to let go. And there's a verse over there that I want to briefly cover. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temples are not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. So, with that said, I think that we're always in our prime. Our prime is unconditional. It doesn't, it doesn't have an age or a number associated with it. And I think as long as we recognize this vigor in us to keep practicing, I think our temples will never lose color. And then exert yourself basically means put in the work, face the suffering, turn into the suffering. Um, just try, just show up. And there you will find some kind of nobility. And the last part, the brook for washing ears, is not for watering the ox. It's a very strange last sentence. But to me, I think what it means is that use things for what they're meant for, Like if there's water that's meant for washing the ears, use it for that. Use something else for the ox. I think we all have a lot of tools and dexterity when it comes to responding to life. So knowing how to act appropriately um, is always a good idea. And there is a verse about this case, and I have requested Benji to read it.
Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple's not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple's not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple is not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not yet awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple is not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple is not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple is not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple is not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. Vigorous in the prime of life, one's temple is not yet gray. A man who doesn't exert himself is not awarded nobility. Instead, recall the family members of unbroken honor. The brook for washing ears is not for watering the ox. The inexhaustible lion.
Or you use a sheep head,
Really giving life and taking it away.
up to you.
This is a 3 foot long black snake. A long time ago, it had become a Kampura flower on Mount Gudakutra and at Mount Shorin. It had become a plum blossom. Sometimes it transforms into a dragon and swallows heaven and earth. Sometimes it transforms into a diamond sword with freedom to kill and give life. Right now, in the accord with the order of my teacher, it lies in my hands. I feel like a mosquito trying to bite an iron bull. However, being assigned as head monk, I have to fulfill my duties. Now, you dragons and elephants in this Dharma hall, confront me in Dharma combat. Benji, you go first.
Shuso.
Pass the microphone.
Are you enlightened?
At the moment, yes.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Go on.
Attention, Shuso. The brook for washing ears is not about watering the ox. But if I am dirty and I soil the water, where do I get clean?
You can wait for it to rain.
Okay, thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Who give?
Attention, Shuso. My temples are gray, my beard is white, and I grow old. Where is the honor for me, and where do I wash my ox?
To me, you don't look, your temple does not look gray, so you might be colorblind. And what was the other part of your question?
Where can I wash my ox?
Do you have an ox?
Thank you, Shuso.
May your life go well.
No.
Attention, Shuso. Before a single thought, show me a world that is already complete.
May your life go well.
Thank you for your answer.
Roshi.
Attention, Shuso. How do you ease fear in an immigrant's heart?
By going on the internet and finding a organization that is actively helping immigrants with fear and sending them an email telling them that you want to get involved somehow.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Myogetsu.
Attention, Shuso. How will we know when the axe is thirsty?
It'll look at you in a certain way, and you will intuitively know that it's time for it to drink water.
Can we give it anything else besides water?
No.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Tenzo.
Attention, Shuso. What advice do you have for a Zen student?
Keep showing up.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Jury.
Attention, Shuso. What happens if you do wash your ears in the same place that you water your ox?
You may get an ear infection, but hopefully it goes away.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Ellen.
Attention, Shuso. What is the purpose of your life?
Of my life,
Yes.
it's a personal question. But I will tell you. Well, right now the purpose of my life is to get this over with. That's my answer.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Robert.
Attention, Shuso. Why are you here?
I'm here because it's where I need to be.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Karen.
Attention, Shuso. Why should I sit in meditation if I am already enlightened? And if all being is enlightened?
So you can get a taste of your enlightenment.
Thank you, Shuso.
May your life go well.
Attention, Susha. What question hasn't been asked that you would like to have asked?
Actually, that's the question that I wanted to be asked. May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. What is the path?
The path? Lake Street.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Chris.
Attention, Shuso. Does your practice occur in the relative or absolute realm?
Neither.
Where does it occur?
I'm not sure.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. You said the moment you are enlightened. Should you lose this, how do you re-enter enlightenment?
I don't think you could lose it.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Sorry. Attention, Shuso. What do you think the ox means? What does it represent in this?
I think it represents, at this moment, this moment.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shusa. How does a practitioner recognize when pride has crept into their practice?
Speak up. So.
How does a practitioner recognize when pride has crept into their practice?
When you begin asking questions like that.
I'm sorry, Susha. I do not understand that answer.
Exactly, that's my point.
Thank you for your answer.
Your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. You asked me a bit earlier if I knew what would go on today. And now it's apparent to me that the answer was no. What was the purpose of your question?
I wanted to know if you knew what you were getting into.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. What is the great paradox?
The great paradox is that sometimes good things feel bad and bad things feel good.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. What about Zen do you love the most?
I'm not sure.
Shuso, look again.
Like the incense. The incense, the smell of the incense.
Thank you for your answer.
Your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. What brought us all together?
Our teachers.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. As my life grows toward the end, who shall I use as a guide?
You can use as your guide a 5-year-old Earl.
Thank you, Shuso.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. We are all oxen. Why should we water Greg Bovino?
You tell me.
He's a human being.
Well, human beings need to be washed.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. What is it like on the other shore?
Well, there's two cushions between us, the other shore, and it's a little brisky and a little sweaty as well. And it feels like there's a branch in your throats.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Good.
Attention, Shuso. What are Gokoku's 3 dignities?
Ugliness, impermanence, and
Knowing the shames and the dignities, Shuso, how would you design the draft of his logo?
Can you repeat that?
Knowing his shames and his dignities, how would you design the draft of his logo?
It would probably be asymmetrical, black, and it would asymmetrical black and very bold and thick lines, rounded corners, and it would be the aspect ratio would probably be like 4:5.
Thank you for your answer. May my life go well.
May your life go
Attention, Shuso. Correct. Yeah. What if I don't want the good to feel good and the bad to feel bad?
Just be patient. May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. How do I loosen myself from dreams and illusions?
I think you can, today, you can do this. I would encourage you to walk barefoot in the snow.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Is there anybody on Zoom who would like to ask Shuso a question?
Attention, Shuso. Could you suggest an AI assistant that would help me know where I should wash my ears and where I should water my ox?
You could try, it's called Deep Seek. It's a Chinese AI. It's pretty good.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Attention, Shuso. Where in the body does enlightenment dwell?
In your belly.
Thank you for your answer.
May your life go well.
Oh, okay. Attention, Shuso. Why shouldn't we wash our ears in the same place as we wash the ox?
Because you have other places
Well, sometimes the function is small and sometimes it's large. Why don't we wash them in the same place?
You can actually, if you want to.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't do that because that would be not very, it would be improper hygiene.
Improper hygiene? Oh, okay. Thank you for your answer.
May your life go up. Being immature and insufficient in training, I wasn't expecting to be assigned as head trainee. I feel as if a crime has been committed, which fills the heavens, and there is no place on earth for me to hide. I hope there is enough water in the Great Lakes for you to rinse out my words from your ears. The water returns to the ocean.
Well done, Baizan. Oh, we are finishing this Ango today with this fabulous ceremony. And I'm so grateful for everyone's practice here and it feels like the Sangha is deepening. All of you are deepening in your practice and in your understanding and in your commitment to yourselves and to the truth of your life in the Dharma. So I'm not going to say too much because Baizan gave a talk the other day where he said, brevity of speech is a kindness. What we have here is something rare that needs to be tended to and taken care of. Not for ourselves, but for future generations, for those yet to come. And to live our lives in that large way, considering that larger circle. How large can we make that circle? How large can we extend that circle beyond who we think we are till we meet the other? Is there another? Our practice is to relieve suffering and to be relieved from suffering, to be liberated from suffering. That's the whole point of doing this practice. But if that immigrant is afraid, then we still have more work to do. And the thing is, This Bodhisattva vow sounds impossible, as it is. Save all sentient beings. It's an impossible vow. It's a large vow. But it's an infinite vow. Usually the kind of intentions we have or promises we make or New Year's resolutions, they're not infinite, they're finite. We have a goal. And finite games have a set number of players on the field, but an infinite game, the players are changing all the time. And there's no score. No one wins. No one loses. It's an infinite game because life is infinite. We are infinite. So, snowing today, beautiful outside. Snow doesn't fall any other place but here. Isn't that what we want? Don't we want to touch the mind of each other in this moment? To be intimate? Snowflake. How many different snowflakes are out there in that snow? They're all different, every one. And they all return to the same ocean of liberation.
May this dana be extended to all sentient beings, and may our sincere vows to accomplish the Buddha way be realized together. Creation.
To freedom, delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to open them. The awakened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Creations are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to open them. The awakened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Creations are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to open them. The awakened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Okay, now that's a wrap. That's it. Okay.